That's a nice little setup, but it sounds pretty good. But I would rather have an OEM system, to be honest. Let's go ahead, pop in the interior. Interior is actually pretty freaking clean on this car, which excites me. Don't mind my gym stuff and my food, but all the seats are in really good shape. Carpet's nice. It's got WeatherTechs, which I'll probably swap out for OEM. So if anyone on here is watching, hit me up if you got OEMs that are in good shape and you want some nice WeatherTechs. Missing the radio for whatever reason. Not a big deal. I do want to go ahead and pull this whole assembly off. I don't know what shifter cage that is. Whatever it is, it feels really freaking nice. TWM, I see the marking down underneath, but it feels really good. It's yeah, it's solid. Not nearly as, I guess, tight of a throw, you would say, as my shifter, which is the WK or Jared's CAE, but still really nice. I dig it. So yeah, all the interior really needs is some OEM mats, personal preference, and I'll put a nice big old radio in this thing as well. Make this thing a nice little daily. What up guys, it's actually the next day. Ain't gonna lie, yesterday after I got to the shop, I had the worst headache. Pretty sure I had the worst headache in the world because those damn solid motor mounts. So, brings us right into the next thing. I just bought a bunch of Evo 10 parts. All the stuff for the trunk, so the foam stuff, the wood, the carpet. I bought a strut tower bar. All the stuff is missing on that car. So strut tower bar, this little radiator cover, a OEM wing. Picked up a nice little gauge setup with boost and wideband. A new mirror. Hopefully this is the right side. Yeah, it should be. As you can see, that one's destroyed, so I'll swap that out. I already have the passenger side motor mount, so I bought the driver's. I guess you'd consider this the trans mount. Got a nice little K&N intake for it because that one's kind of janky. And a window seal. So already trying to get this build started, or not really the build, but just kind of get this thing back to a nice drivable condition. Let's go ahead and assemble the trunk for starters. It's gonna be nice to have just a nice clean OEM trunk in this thing. All right, well, there is all that. When we go to do a full interior detail on this car, I'll go ahead and probably pull all that back out and pressure wash it, make it perfect. But for now, I'm just trying to get this thing back to an OEM spec with no weird, janky stuff. Nice to get a few OEM parts back on this car. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out there right now. If anyone has a graphite gray driver's side door, please hit me up. I really don't want to do a ton of paint work on this car. If I could just put another OEM door back on it, I'd be stoked. I don't want to deal with having to blend and whatnot, to be honest. So yeah, let me know. I do want to go ahead and work on this wing a little bit. It does have 4 broken off bolts in it. And this is not an OEM wing. It looks like an OEM wing, but the OEM, you see where that little groove right there, or the whole piece on an Evo 10 OEM wing would be separate. So you'd be able to unbolt it. I don't know what brand it is. It looks really nice, to be honest. So if I can get these bolts out, we can spray this graphite gray and bolt it on the car.